Hey friends all over the world, please, please stop telling this lie. Please stop telling this lie. Don't tell this lie anymore. Stop it, please. Please stop telling this lie. Many of you have told this lie time and time again. And just because you say it over and over again doesn't make it true. It doesn't make it stop being a lie. It's still a lie. And it's a dangerous lie. It's a lie that has consequences. Stop telling this lie. Please stop telling this lie. Please stop telling this lie, friends. If you'll hear me and hear me well, you got to stop doing this. Now, you may have told this lie before. I told it. And I'll share my story of how I realized it was a lie. But listen, please stop telling this lie. Here it is. They betrayed me. They betrayed me. Many of you said that. That person betrayed me. They betrayed my trust. They betrayed me. And I remember saying this one time, and I was narrating a story, and I was talking about betrayal. And I was talking about how so-and-so, let's say in ministry, this person betrayed me. They lied on me. They betrayed me and all this kind of stuff. And I heard the clarion voice of God speaking in my ear. And he said, that's a lie. That's a lie. Here it is, friends. Sometimes we don't realize how big of a lie it is when we say people betrayed us who oftentimes never promised you loyalty. They never told you they were going to be faithful to you. In fact, they told you the opposite with their actions. They told you the opposite with their actions. A lot of times, now this is not for everybody and every situation, because there is legitimate betrayal. There is legitimate betrayal. There is legitimate instances of betrayal. But I want to tell you something. A lot of times, friends, we attribute fidelity to people who have never promised you that. In fact, they showed you who they were from the beginning. Things don't end wrong, they start wrong. They showed you by their actions who they were and what they were going to do. Oftentimes, if you listen close enough, they told you that they didn't like you. They told you that they were not trustworthy. They told you that they couldn't be trusted. They told you that they didn't have character. They told you. I'm not talking about little kids. I'm talking about you grown-ups. Don't play on words here. I'm talking about you grown-ups. You grown-ups, there was something in the Kool-Aid that wasn't right from the start, but because you had an agenda, because you had an ulterior motive, and you wanted something from them, whether it was acceptance, whether it was companionship, whether it was attention, there was something you wanted that caused you to ignore the red flags. When someone through their actions have told you all that they need to know, they told you how dishonorable they were, they told you how disrespectful they were, and yet you kept on. And then you lie and say they betrayed you. See, in order for there to be betrayal, there has to be a promise of faithfulness. A person can't betray you if they never promised you they would be faithful to you. Disloyalty means that there had to be first a promise of loyalty or a mutual agreement of loyalty, and there was none. A lot of times what we're calling betrayal is a lack of discernment on our part. It's a lack of discernment. It's a lack of self-honesty. It's self-delusion. Sometimes people tell you, it's like a woman and the man says, I'm no good for you. I'm not any good for you. I only want you for your body, and I only want this. And oh no, that's not really you. That's just your brokenness talk. No, that's him. That's him. He told you who he was. He told you that that's what he wants. He told you that that's all he's after. And then when he goes after that, you sit and say, I feel betrayed. How, Sway? He told you. He told you. Folks tell you with their actions, how they treat you. They show you through their actions, through what they do. Through what they do. But because of denial, you lie to yourself. You lie to yourself and you say, well, I was betrayed. I was betrayed. They betrayed me. There's a story. There's a story about a woman who she actually is driving in the snow during the wintertime. And this woman, she sees a snake on the side of the road. And so she sees this snake and her heart is filled with compassion. So she goes and she stops on the side of the road where the snake is. And she picks the snake up and the snake is frozen solid. The snake is like a block of ice. She picks up the snake, puts it in a pickup truck, wraps it in a blanket. When she gets home, she puts the snake near the fire, even makes the snake a cup of hot cocoa, just for good measure, to tell the snake, you know what, I'm going to help you out. And so what happens is that after several hours, the snake finally thaws out. And the first thing he does, he bites the woman. And the woman looks at the snake and says, how could you do this? How? I picked you up on the side of the road. I thawed you out. I put you next to the fireplace. I gave you a blanket and I gave you hot cocoa. And the first thing you did was bite me? How could you do that? And the snake says, lady, I'm a snake. Share this.